I do.
Record. All right. Happy it's not Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, friends. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate you guys carving time out of your lives to make this team call happen. I know every week it's like a hodgepodge of ladies coming on, and I love that because not every week it's going to be available to you. Sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes things happen that take our attention away from our business, and that's okay. But I think it's so important that we have, this is exactly what I wanted to talk about, we have some sort of personal accountability when it comes to our business, right? No one is working over us. No one is telling us, you need to do this today, you need to do that tomorrow. No one is giving us that. I mean, I do give you guys a little bit of a roadmap, but I'm not with you. I'm not at your house double checking your work. I'm not going on your lives and like, well, she didn't say this and she didn't say that. There's no risk of being fired. There's no risk of getting rode up for not showing up. This is the only kind of environment where we have to self-manage. And for so much of our lives, we've been managed. Literally from the time we're born, we've been managed. As babies, we're managed. We're on a schedule. You nap at this time, you eat at this time, you sleep at this time. You're on a schedule. You poop, you pee at certain times. You get on a schedule. And then you go to school and you're on a schedule and there's a teacher over you and she's telling you to do this now. And now it's playtime. Now go to recess. And then she's telling you to do this and telling you to do that. And then you go to college and it's the same thing. You're still following the rules of the school. And then you get a job and you have a boss or you have a supervisor and they have a schedule for you to, you got training and then you do this and then you do this and then you show up from 9 to 5 and you put in your time and then you go home and you're a free person. So here we are in this kind of business. And we're all just kind of floating in the ocean. What the hell are we doing with our lives? I don't know, right? So it's so important that we have this sense of self-motivation because the truth is you are the boss, right? Imagine it. If you open the donut shop, let's just say you opened a donut shop. I've been craving donuts lately. And then you just didn't feel like going into work, so the donut shop didn't open. What kind of customers, what kind of clientele do you think you're going to be drawing in? Do you think you're going to be drawing in regulars? No, because they can't rely on you because you've showed them that you're not serious, okay? The shop always has to be open, especially donut shops. They're open 24 hours a day. They're open early. The donut makers are in there at 3 a.m. and they're doing the damn thing, right? Like, did you guys ever see that 80s commercial for Dunkin' Donuts? And he would always say, it's time to make the donuts. And he's getting up at 3 a.m. to make donuts. That is such a big analogy for what it's like running this kind of business, right? Nobody wants to wake up at 3 a.m. Nobody wants to put in the work, especially when most of us have other jobs. Okay, most of us are pulling 40 or 50 hours a week somewhere else, right? If you wait until you're in the mood to work your business, you're never going to be in the mood. Something else is always going to come up. Your kid's going to get sick. The dog's going to, poop on the floor. Maybe your husband wants to take you out to dinner. There will always be a reason if you don't make your business a priority. And the best way to make your business a priority is by putting yourself on a schedule. And I found in my own business, if I was just winging it every day, if I was just like, I'll get it in where I can fit it in, I was way less productive. But once I started putting myself on a schedule that included all of my other balls, right? All of my other things that I have going on, my other jobs, my kids and their schedules and their dentist appointments. Once I started scheduling unique into my life, my business started growing more productively. Just like workouts, I had to schedule workouts into my life in order to not be Miss Big Booty Judy anymore. I don't like the body that I've created over the last few years. Why? Because I stopped working out. It wasn't part of my schedule, right? The moment I put it back in my schedule, it started happening. I started feeling results instantly. It's the same thing with your business. If you're not scheduling time for your business, you are not going to be making time for your business. So I thought for the little bit of today's team talk, I would talk about my approach to scheduling and how I created my schedule so that maybe you guys can kind of twerk it to your own lives and what you have going on, take some inspiration from what I'm doing, and then maybe you can get yourself on a schedule, because I personally feel like if it's on the schedule, it gets done. My life lives by the calendar, right? Like, what do we have today? Well, so-and-so's got practice, and so-and-so's got a dentist, and so-and-so's getting his braces off, and so-and-so, you know, like, then I got to teach this class, and then I got to go do this, and then I got to do that, right? So if I put it on the schedule, it gets done. If I save it for when I have time, I will never get it done. I will never get it done. I know that about myself. Now, some people are really good. They have lots of free time and they just make it happen. I am not that way. So if you find yourself not devoting as much time to Younique as you would like to, let's get it on the calendar. Let's look at let's lay all the cards out, look at your entire schedule, and then plug it in. And when you plug it in, then you know it's going to get done. So what I've done is, if you guys haven't invested in a pack of multicolored pens, my OCD self is telling you to invest in a pack of multicolored pens, because I use them all the time. I use them for my notes. I use them for my binder. And now I'm using them for my calendar so that I can color coordinate different tasks, different colors, so that I know and I can see it better on the calendar, okay? So I just have a little pen pack and a bunch of different pens. You go to Staples, it's a tax write-off. It's like $8 to get like some highlighters and some pens, get yourself set up, organized. You're running a business. Why would you not have business tools? Paper, notebooks, pens, highlighters, scissors, tape, all of that stuff, binders, all of it. Invest in your business, because we are running a business, right? Okay. Go back in there. Get in your home. Okay. So now, make sure you have a good notebook. This is my like inspiration notebook. This is the notebook where I write like, oh, that would be fun if I made a video like that, or oh, I don't want to forget that I got to cancel my convention hotel. Like little like everyday like things that don't have to go on the daily schedule, but things that I don't want to forget. So make sure you keep a little notebook of like ancillary tasks, whatever you want to call it, right? Don't forget to order a notebook. Write that in your notebook. Okay. Then I got this awesome thing, and some of you might have seen it before. It's a jumbo size calendar. If you work in an office, you might have one of these, okay? So it's one of these jumbo size calendars. You can see how big it is in comparison to like my face, where my highlight is looking amazing right now. Do you see my cute little button?
Awesome.
It's so cute. Oh my God. Okay. I got one of these jumbo calendars. I got it at the beginning of the year, but I bet you if you went to Walmart, you could probably still get one. It does not cost a lot, maybe less than $10, okay? And you can see here how I've started filling it in. And the first thing I did was I filled it in with my 2 other jobs. So I put in all of my different yoga classes, because I teach 7 yoga classes a week. So every yoga class is on this, right? Then I also put in my government job. I only work that part-time, but I put those hours in there, okay? Then I went through and I put all my kids' things in there. So like if they have sports, like my one son has open gym on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? So then I made sure I put that in there, because while I could probably work my business while he has that, I need to make sure that I know that I have to be somewhere at that time. So I can't be live I mean, I could be live there, but I can't be live in my makeup room doing a makeup tutorial. Then I put all my other things. Then I started putting in my other things. I put the Monday mantra, the Wednesday wine, the Foodie Friday, the Tuesday night team call. It is actually on my calendar, right? Because I mean, as the mama bear of the team, I have to show up. I mean, you guys get flexibility, but I have to freaking be here. I don't get a choice, right? So all of those things are on there. Then I added in all of the workouts that I wanted to do for the week, the days that I want to run, the days I want to do yoga, the days I want to do weight training. That's on the calendar. Then I added in all of my other makeup lives. So I want to go live on Sundays. I want to do a makeup live on Wednesdays. I want to do a makeup live on Fridays. So there are 3 makeup lives on this week. I'm just talking about 1 week here. Okay. Then I went through, what else did I add? I added in personal development, and I wrote it on every single day. 30 minutes of personal development. And it's the first thing that I wrote. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. You can see the yellow highlighter. Do you see that? It says PD 30 minutes in yellow highlighter. Okay. And I got it on both weeks, but I decided to highlight it yellow so it stood out a little bit more to me, because that's the first thing I do when I wake up before I get out of bed. Well, no, I lie. I say before I get out of bed, but technically I walked my happy ass downstairs and I made a cup of coffee, and then I walked back upstairs and I got back into bed and I do my personal development. So I do technically get out of bed. I pee, I make coffee, I get back into bed in my jammies, and I do my personal development. And I do all I do my first round of daily posts, okay? So that first 30 minutes is dedicated to my business. The second my eyes wake up and I caffeinate, I'm working on my business, okay? So it's 30 minutes, it's not that much. You know, if you want to wake up just a couple more minutes early, or if you can schedule your personal development at another time, like when you're driving to work or something like that, that's totally fine. I don't drive to work, so I have to put it on the schedule to make sure that it gets done. And then I've got some other things on here, like tip. We're going to talk about this next week on the team call. I'm doing a Christmas in July flash sale, okay, because it's July. So next, on the last Wednesday of the month, the 25th, I'm having a Christmas in July sale in my VIP group. So on the 18th, I put prep Christmas in July, and on the 25th, I put Christmas in July, right? So that I carve it out, because the days will pass and then it'll be July 25th and I'll be like, damn it, I wanted to have Christmas in July, and the time just totally got away from me. So I had to make sure that it was on the calendar so I didn't forget it, right? Okay. And then I put in some other things. I added more things in, right? Like, but wait, there's more. I put in time for recruiting. I put in time for sales and customer follow-up. I put in time to organize the office. So each Saturday, I have an office organization task. It's 1 hour. One day it's working on my taxes. And it's one day of the month is working on my taxes, working on my spreadsheet for my taxes, making sure I got all my receipts from the month before. So like the first Saturday of the month is working on the taxes from the month before that. Because if you wait till the end of the year, you're screwed. Especially when y'all start making that money, honey. Okay? Don't wait until you start making the money to be prepared. Put the systems in place. Luck favors the prepared, right? You don't want to get stuck. I know a presenter right now, Black status presenter, that owes $40,000 in back taxes. Okay? Don't wait until it's too late. Start it now. One of them is clean and organize my office, my studio, my brushes, my inventory, make sure everything's organized. Another one is my binders, updating my binders, making sure that all the customers that have purchased have been added into the binder. All the teammates that have signed up have been added into the binder. That's an hour. You know, I'm not recruiting that many. You know, an hour is more than enough time to make that happen. And then the last one, the last Saturday of the month, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to be writing the next month's tasks. That's office organization. So on the last day of the month, on the last Saturday of July, I will fill out the August calendar. And I will do the same thing. I will start the process all over again. I will start with the things that cannot be skipped. all my jobs, all of my kids' things, and then I will fill in the blanks. Okay. And all of the blanks will be filled in with where I can get my business in and where I can get my fitness in. Those are two things that I'm making a priority in my life. They are non-negotiables. You have to hold yourself accountable. You want to be fat? Don't work out. You want to make money? Put Unique on the business plan. Okay. That's how it works. You have to make time for it. What else did I put on here that's important? Oh, I made time for my family. I want to make this clear. This isn't so full that I don't make time for the people that I love, because that's what I'm doing it for. Every Saturday, halfway through the day, there's a line drawn through it. Do you see that? And it says family with hearts next to it, because my family is important to me. And I want to make sure that I'm spending time with these hellions that are driving me crazy. Okay, they get time with me too. So I made sure to schedule family time. And I don't mean it like schedule family time, but I mean like making them important too. And they get a space in my life, right? So just like everything else, anything that's really important to me is on this calendar. I have to make space. There's space for you guys here. On Sundays, team check-ins, follow up with my team. There's space for you guys here because you're important to me. There's space for the team call here because that's important to me, right? So that's what I did. I started a list on a piece of paper and I just started writing things down. And then after I kind of felt like I had a really good list of all of my priorities and all of the things that I had going on, then I started putting them on the calendar so that I could see where the gaps were. And when you look at your life in 1 week segments, you're going to start to see some gaps. You're going to start to say, oh, well, Saturday afternoons are really pretty casual around my house. And, you know, if I do all my chores in the morning, then I got a couple extra hours and I could probably do a live, or I could probably, you know, message customers. I could fit something in. Okay. So that's why I wanted to talk about the importance of getting yourself on a schedule. I thrive in a scheduled environment. I thrive with organization and order. And if I'm just winging it, I am not as productive. And so if you feel like you're like that too, this is going to really help you boom in your business, because everything on the calendar is happening. You got 1 hour for recruiting? Let's do the damn thing. I only got 1 hour for the whole week. I only got 1 hour for recruiting. Damn, if I want to recruit 100 people, I better make the most of this hour. See what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. You don't have to use a big calendar like this. You could use a phone calendar. You could use one of those planner calendars. That's fine too. I like this because I feel like I can see my whole month and it makes me feel like prepared. And I can go and I can just look at it and get a glance of what I got going on the next day. Do you see what I'm saying? I just like this. I'm nerdy. I got all the different colors. I got the highlighters going. I got it looks like a freaking art project from somebody that's got their life together. Not me, but somebody that's got their life together. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Okay. So Christian, I'm on my call here. Miss Nancy, I saw Miss Nancy get home. So walk this back over to her house. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about getting organized and holding yourself accountable. Set up business hours for your business, because if you don't show up for your business, it's basically like you didn't open the donut shop, and people are going to think that you're unreliable, you're inconsistent, and they're not going to come to your donut shop. They're going to go to the presenter down the street's donut shop who is consistent and who is reliable. All right, don't miss that. And that's all I had for the team call. Does anybody have any questions? Any problems? Any things we can chat about?
No.
When it's quiet, I feel like I just slayed this team call so hard that you guys couldn't possibly have any questions.
Listen, you've laid it out on the line. I'm ready to go.
You ready to go get yourself a calendar?
Yes, I am. I've got a small one, but I'm thinking I'm going to get one of those big ones.
I like the big ones because also you can look back, like you just save it or you flip it over just like a regular calendar. I guess you could do it with that same thing with a small calendar. What am I talking about? But I feel like you can write more, right? If it's a small calendar, you have those little tiny squares, but with this big calendar, you can fit in more of your life.
I like being able to see the whole month at one time.
Yeah, me too. And especially because, as a soccer mom, football mom, sports mom, boy mom, everything goes by the schedule. The kids just always have stuff going on. And so when people ask me, Marie, how do you get so much done? This is how it gets done. I am organized. Yeah. Being organized is a job all in itself. And so you have to schedule organization time, which I did, and which you should do too, right? Getting organized should be part of the plan. Going live should be part of the plan, even if it's not every day. I don't go live every day. I know, kudos to Michelle. She's been on this like everyday live thing, right? What are you on, day 50? Day 51?
No, I missed a couple of days. Sherry's probably on day 51.
Well, I mean, even if you missed a couple of days, that's still probably double the amount of lives I've done in the last 50 days. I think that's amazing. But you don't have to go live every day. But I mean, I'm going live, makeup lives 3 times a week. And then I've got 3 attraction marketing lives. And I've noticed there are several of you that are also starting to do those things too. And I love that, because what it's doing is it's allowing your people, your followers, to get to know you a little better. Somebody's doing Tuesday Talk. I saw the Sunday something with somebody else. And so anyway, I just think that that's fantastic that you guys are looking for ways to go live beyond makeup, right? We have to serve up value, and value does not just have to pertain to makeup, right? How are you serving their lives? Entertainment, you could be funny. You could, just give them their break, like the Kardashians. There's no talent there. There's no real value there, other than the fact that people can just check out of their crazy lives and be transported into another place for a little while. There's value in that. And they've made millions on being mind-numbing entertainment, right? Like just letting people check out of their crazy, intense lives. There is space for that too, right? And sometimes you could be the hot mess express, and there are people that just love seeing that somebody out there is like just as messed up as they are. That's value too, right? Making people feel like they're part of something, like they're not alone. That's amazing. Are they over there? Okay. I can hear them. Okay. Listen, you got 30 minutes. You need to be home by 9. When it's dark, you come back over.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway. All right, friends. We good?
Good.
Anything else that I can help you beauties with? Okay.
Get me on that cruise.
Listen, even my powers are only very limited, and if I could, I would, for sure.
I'm just teasing.
All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see your calendars. I can't wait to see what you've booked in your weeks. If you want to talk about ways to fit in this business, you know where to find me. I love you so much, and have a great night.
See ya.
Bye.